Hello and welcome to the new Manor Ground. It's finally here. It's the big one. It's Ilkeston Town against Walsall Wood. It's first against second in the Midlands Premier. I'm Connor Jones. You're joining me live from the Clock Tower today on Ilkeston Town TV on YouTube. You're also joining a mammoth crowd here at the new Manor Ground. Fantastic turnout. I'd be shocked if this isn't a record crowd, beating the 1800. It's definitely beating the 1000 that were here for the game against Khalsa. And they're all here to see which team is going to take that huge step towards promotion. Just 3 games to go, including this one. Ilkeston take on Walsall Wood today, 3 points clear at the top of the table, slightly better goal difference as well. A win here, they'd be 6 clear with 6 points left to play for. They would have one hand, a couple of fingers on the trophy. They would almost certainly be going up. Let's bring you some team news then. And the team news is 2 changes for the Robins, one slightly more predictable than the other. Billy Bennett comes in for Carl Dixon. Bennett was due to start the last game, but he was ruled out with an injury in the warm-up. He's back in at left back. The change in the midfield is White starts for Fife. As for the visitors, they make 2 changes as well from the side that they've named in the last 3 encounters, unchanged. Butland's in for McNaught, Montero's in for Dodd. Ilkeston all in red, Walsall Wood all in yellow. It's a glorious day here at the new Manor Ground. And it'll be even better in 2 hours' time if the Robins can get all 3 points. Team's just doing the coin toss in the centre of the field. Chris Shaw, Ilkeston's captain today. Let's go through the Robins team while we wait for this one to kick off then. In goal, number 1, Liam Mitchell. The defence of Billy Bennett, Chris Shaw, Matt Baker and Tom Marshall stays at right back. In the midfield we've got Jamie Walker, Fabian Smith, Jermaine Hollis and Lavelle White. And up top, as it has been time and time again, under Lee Fowler, Elliot Reeves and Alex Marshall have the big job today. Referee almost ready to get this one underway. Everyone's out today in their t-shirts, in their shorts, sunglasses, sun hats. It's a glorious day. Be even better if they can win it. Ref just has one last look at his watch. And we're underway. Walsall Wood kick us off, shooting towards the Ilkeston fans. Ilkeston shoot towards the car park. And it feels like a cup final this. It feels like a real winner takes all atmosphere. Walsall Wood can go top if they win by 4 goals, which would be a big ask, but Coventry think scored 4 here. Ilkeston will feel they've pretty much won the league. They can't mathematically win it today, but they can all but win it. Really big crowd here today. Everyone on the far side over by the clubhouse is vying for somewhere to see the action. There's 2 or 3 rows of people back there, shielding their eyes from the sunlight. The stand's almost full here at the Clock Tower, and I'm joined in the Clock Tower gantry by a wasp, which is pretty big, so I'll keep you updated on that throughout the game. Probably more than you'll like. Lee Mitchell's getting his first touch of the ball here. He's going to lump it long by the looks of it as Ilkeston look to get an early press on. That's Walsall Wood that do a bit of early pressing there, and he's forced Mitchell to play it out to Bennett. He lumps it forward. It's a bit of header tennis by a couple of players, but Walsall Wood come away with the ball. This is Paul Sullivan in the middle of the field wearing fluorescent green boots today. Puts it over to the left-hand side. Walsall Wood in the penalty area here, get the ball away, and it should be gathered by Liam Mitchell. It's eventually away by White, which is a reminder to me that I can't see anything when I'm sat down, so let's do something about that. Ball's going out for a throw-in just in front of the Ilkeston dugout. Ugly Fowler points where he wants certain players. Go through the Walsall Wood line-up quickly with you with the balls while the ball's out of play. So in goal 1, Lloyd Ranson. Number 2, Carl Rowley. 5, Keenan Meek and Richards. 6, Mitch Tolley. 3, Jack Barnes. 7, Caleb Mitchell. 8, Joey Butlin. 4, Kevin Montero. 11, John Atherton. 9, Paul Sullivan. And 10, Javier Roberts. All in yellow today, aside from Walsall. They've won their last 5 games. And just like it was last season in Division 1, the Midlands Premier is going to end up with Ilkeston and Walsall Wood taking the top 2 positions. But there can only be one of them going up this year. And the next 87 minutes is going to go a long way into deciding which one that will be. Ball's thrown in here by Walsall Wood. This is Javier Roberts. Just plays it back into the middle. It's sprayed over to the right hand side, a little bit too long. It's gone out just in front of the bar for a Billy Bennett throw-in. Really lovely day here in Ilkeston. They've been spraying water on the pitch in the build up to this one. It does look a little bit dry, a little bit patchy. Looks like a non-league pitch that has been through a lot of games this season. The groundsmen have done a very good job in getting it to look its best today. Final home game of the season for the team with the best home record in the league. And Ilkeston just about on the front foot there, but the referees decided to pull play back for an Ilkeston free kick just inside the Walsall Wood half. I think it might have been better than letting the advantage go there, but there weren't too many protests. It's very central this, just past the semicircle. Fabian Smith stands over it, looking to give the side with the best home record in the division the perfect start. They are taking on the team with the best away record in the league though. Billy Bennett whips it in, headed away by a yellow shirt, falls to Smith. Ball ricochets, but it's full to Tom Marshall, who takes a bit of a cross shot, and it was neither one nor the other, and it's gone out for a Walsall Wood goal kick. They just had 5 minutes gone here, still Ilkeston 0, Walsall Wood 0. Let's go over the benches quickly for you. So the Ilkeston bench: Carl Dixon, Rod Young, Tim Hopkinson, Cole Perry and Reese Fife drops to the bench. For Walsall Wood, it's Peter Till, Lee Butler, Jordan Smith-Williams, Dan Okoji and James Beeson. Might just be one of those hot, turgid afternoons where fatigue plays a big role on the bench. Might have a deciding factor to play. Ilkeston looking just to try and start on the front foot here, but every time they go forward it's broken up by a free kick, and it's another one here for Walsall Wood, which Mitch Tolley is going to take. And he lumps it up towards the far end where the Ilkeston fans are all gathered. Although there's Ilkeston fans at every 4 sides of the pitch today, standing room only. Play, and it'll be a throw-in which Billy Bennett takes long. Bit of a bounce on, looking for Alex Marshall, who was dragged back there. Referee says he wasn't, but he was. The ball's a little bit short from the defender, but the keeper does well and smashes it back where it came from. Bennett with a header. And again. Neither side can get the ball on the ground at the minute. Looks like a bit of a hard pitch, the ball's bouncing all over the place out there. And it's the right back for Walsall Wood, Carl Rowley, who eventually gets it down, looks for the long diagonal, and he puts it out of play for a throw-in just in front of us under the clock tower stand. We do have the chat box on the YouTube. It'd be great to know where you're listening from today. Last home game, last commentary of the season. So it might be time to start thinking about your player of the season, your best moment of the season. We'll share a few of them throughout the afternoon. I have a feeling that if the Robins can win this one, it'll be everyone's moment of the season. But it's not going to be an easy task. As Tom Marshall goes for the beautiful long diagonal up towards his brother, and his brother wins it well. But it's going to be gathered up by the keeper in the Walsall Wood goal. Walsall Wood come into this in really good form. They're unbeaten in 9 games, winning 7 of them. No easy task today for Ilkeston, as Elliot Reeves is brought down there. It's about 25 yards out on the far side towards the car park in front of a Walsall Wood flag. Just to the right of the goal. And the fans up the volume a bit now. Be a decent chance this for Ilkeston. I think Billy Bennett wants it. He's sent Jamie Walker away. Tom Marshall's staying there, so they're not sure whether it will be the right foot of Marshall or the left foot of Bennett. Bennett is trying to take it as far to the right-hand side as he can, so he can swing his left foot at it. But the referee calls him in a little bit. Still a very good angle this for Bennett. We're right behind it here in the clock tower stand. White's going to make an overlap on the right, trying to pull someone out of the wall, but I don't think they're going to fall for it. Bennett unleashes it. Oh, wasn't far away. Went for the near post, got it over the wall. About a foot or so wide. First chance of the game though. 9 minutes gone, still 0-0 in this big promotion decider. Of course, there are scenarios where the winner won't get promoted, but you've got to feel the form both sides are on. Certainly if Ilkeston win, they won't be dropping 6 out of 6 points at Loughborough and Dunkirk, you would have thought. Haven't seen much from Walsall Wood an attacking threat yet. They just misplaced the ball. Alex Marshall has come back to get rid of the danger, and he absolutely levers it over the clubhouse when he had a lot more time. And a few of his teammates are just making him aware of that. Don't lose your head out there, Alex. Walsall Wood throw though, just in front of the hatch on the right hand side. This is Mitchell, just tries to dance his way past Billy Bennett. There's a lovely little turn there, he's still going, but it's eventually away by Bennett. Tole puts it up towards Roberts. Tom Marshall should win the header, he does, and he cushions it back very nicely to Liam Mitchell. So Ilkeston will go again. And it looks down the left-hand touch line, but he's misjudged that, trying to find Elliot Reeves. It's gone out of play instead. Back in the team today, Billy Bennett was due to start the last game here, but he was injured in the warm-up. So Carl Dixon came in with Walker going to left-back. I thought Dixon might maintain his place today, but the manager doesn't want to use him from the outset. Good defending there from Tom Marshall as he intercepts the ball in the right back position, plays it back to Baker, uses his left foot to scoop it up to Alex Marshall, holds it up for Reeves, but Walsall would have come away with the ball here. Or a late challenge there by Alex Marshall, and the referee might want to have a word with him. He's up for this one. It'll mean a lot to Alex Marshall, of course, to be promoted. Been at the club since he was 9. Good chance here for Walsall Wood. They've got the header at the back post, and the visitors have the lead. It's Carl Rowley, the fullback, who celebrates under the clock tower stand. And Walsall Wood take the lead within 10 minutes here at the new Manor Ground. He scored the injury time winner against Loughborough recently. He's got a huge goal for his side here. And the Robins need the crowd now. They need to turn this one around. Well, looking around the stadium, it's a bit of shell shock here. It's all gone very quiet. Well, it was a good header by the fullback. It was down here in front of the clock tower stand, whipped in. It beat everyone. He did have a player marking him, who I assume was Billy Bennett. Rowley nods it back across Mitchell. Nothing the keeper could do about that. Stick it where it came from. And then it was just a case of waiting to see the reaction before I knew whether it was a goal or not. I've not been listening on the YouTube before. Can only see about a quarter of the near side goal. But Carl Rowley could see all of it and has given Walsall Wood the lead. So it's Ilkeston 0, Walsall Wood 1 in this big 6-pointer. How can the Robins respond? This is Smith in the middle of the field, gets his head up and tries to spray one out to the right hand side towards White, but he's overhit it. Going to go out for a throw-in in front of the turnstiles. Well, I can't really say it was against the run of play, but it was certainly the first chance that Walsall would have created, and they took it. They have won their last 5 away games in a row. They've not lost in 6. They're a team that know how to win away. As I said, best away record in the division. And their bench is applauding everything when they're winning every header now. It's an Ilkeston throw this time though, flicked on by Alex Marshall. Hollis misses it. And the ball's back to Billy Bennett just inside the Walsall Wood half. Goes for a very long cross, headed away. This is Paul Sullivan just trying to turn Tom Marshall, but Marshall should come away with the ball here. Looks to draw the foul, and he's quite lucky to get it, to be honest. Walsall Wood managers livid at that because his side would have been on the break. Tom Marshall was definitely looking for it. But luckily for him, he got it. He'll take the free kick, goes long into the area. The keeper comes out, keeper gathers it well. Going to hold on to the ball for a bit now and let his team regain their shape. It's a sort of 3-5-3 that the visitors have got on today. Javier Roberts, the little number 10, is the most central forward at the minute. Ilkeston not really been able to gain any control since that goal winning. Ball's back with Tom Marshall, who's hurried into a clearance by Paul Sullivan, and it's gone out for a throw-in just in front of the Ronbrook stands. Well, it does always sound a bit quiet to me with headphones on and behind glass, but certainly not the noise there was 15 minutes ago here at the new Manor Ground. Also, we're taking a shot lead here. Was it a slip there by the number 11? It's whipped in towards Elliot Reeve, but it's headed away. Hollis will gather it, tries to head it down, but neither side can really get the ball on the ground. Also will come away with it on the halfway line. This is Meekin Richards. Goes long, and he's gone far too long. It'll be a throw in front of the clock tower stand for Ilkeston. No one has started more games than Carl Rowley for Walsall Wood this season. This is his 42nd. It's his 5th goal. And if it is the goal that decides this match, what a crucial time to score it will be. Chance here for the Robins, into Elliot Reeve. The keeper gets there just about, and Walsall will get a clear of the ball. This is Sullivan, turns Tom Marshall. He's running at the Ilkeston defence now. They've got space on the right-hand side if they want to use that option, and they have done. They're coming into the area. Billy Bennett gets a good challenge across, and it's gone out for a Walsall Wood throw-in. Kayla Mitchell it was, coming in there on the right-hand side. Bennett and Walker busting a gut to get back with him. It's a Walsall Wood corner. Just in front of the most packed stand full of Ilkeston fans and flags. I think it's Roberts who's gone over to take it. It's a very long one. I think it's almost gone over everyone, but Barnes heads it back in. It's back to Rowley again, takes a shot on the half volley on the edge of the area, but that one's gone over the bar. Nervy times at the new Manor ground. Fans might be nervous, but I don't think the players will panic too much. They have won 20 of their 24 home games this season. They know what it takes to win at home. They have come from behind a few times. They'll know they've got the quality here to do something about this. Liam Mitchell had to show a bit of footballing quality there as he was hurried into a pass by Roberts. Good pressing from the front by Walsall Wood. This is Walker just inside the Wood half. Back to Tom Marshall, his touch is poor. Alex Marshall, sorry. Just needs to calm down a little bit, Alex Marshall. This is to start playing his game again. It's all been breaking down a little bit on the attack for the Robins so far. Kayla Mitchell with the ball on the right hand side, goes very high up to no one in particular, and Billy Bennett has a few touches before he tries to clear it. Takes 2 attempts at it. The hard pitch is definitely having a bit of an influence here on the game. Handball could have been given there against Walsall Wood, but the ref says play on. Roberts is just in with Baker. The Baker wins it away by Bennett. Walker tries to turn his man just in front of the clubhouse, but Walsall Wood are pressing high and they're pressing well, and they've won the ball back. Mitch Tolley gets it away and plays it back to his defenders. Wood spread their shape. They've gone very wide now. Roberts tries to play it first time, but he's given it away, and Alex Marshall should win it, but he doesn't. Elliot Reeve might get one of the balls back here. It's all a little bit tetchy at the back there for Walsall Wood. That'll encourage the Robins with Elliot Reeve breathing down the neck. Nothing comes of it though. It's a throw-in. This is Smith. Tom Marshall back to White. White's made the run into the area, but Smith crosses it instead, headed away. And Walsall Wood look to break again, but they haven't got any numbers forward. So Sullivan will just have to hold it up here on the left-hand side. He's got Hollis covering him. Tries to chip it into the centre. No one was making the run. And Mitchell will gather the ball. Now 20 minutes gone in this one. The visitors lead by a goal to 0. In this crucial promotion match. If it stays 1-0, Ilkeston will stay top, but they'll be level on points with Walsall Wood. This is a beautiful run here by the number 3 from Walsall Wood going into the area. And it's a shot, just across the face of goal, and that was a good chance. It was Kayla Mitchell with the shot. Roberts was coming in. Couldn't get anything on it. And the Robins are living dangerously now. Deakins and Lee have called a few players over for a word to get some fluids on board. It is absolutely boiling. Just get the ball down, just start playing their football again. It's developed into a bit of a pattern now where Walsall Wood have definitely had the best of the last 10 minutes. And good news, I can't see the Wasp, so that's something. Walsall Wood still trying to thread some passes together, but they've gone a bit long again, and Tom Marshall will get a throw in here just in front of us. He's had a really good season, Tom Marshall. Oh, there's the Wasp. With last year's player of the season, or players player of the season, Tom Marshall. See him getting it again. Walsall Wood on the front foot again. This is Sullivan into the area, away by Shaw with a last ditch tackle. White's back to pick up the pieces. Oh, and they misplaced the ball again between White and Tom Marshall, and Marshall was drawn into a foul. In truth, it was good forward play from Montero. Came steaming in when the pass was a little bit short from White, and Walsall Wood have a free kick here just under the clock tower stand. Only a couple of yards outside the area. It's Joey Butlin who stands over it. Ilkeston just have the one-man wall in Tom Marshall. Butlin whips it into the middle. Oh, it's put in the back of the net! And it's Jack Barnes who wheels away celebrating, and Walsall Wood have a 2-goal lead at the New Manor ground, and the small pockets of Wood fans across the ground make themselves known. Their side are doing the business here. We've had 22 minutes gone, and it's Walsall Wood 2, Ilkeston 0. Robert just caught in the air again. Another headed goal. And it was simple as you like, really. Just whipped in by Butlin on the free kick. 2 red shirts, 2 yellow shirts. And it was Barnes that got highest. And nodded it past Liam Mitchell. So Ilkeston have it all to do now. They've still got time on their side. They've still got a good 70 minutes here. Walsall Wood don't lose many away games. As I said, they've not lost in the last 6. Their last defeat in all competitions was back in January, 1-0 at Coventry United. So they're a team in fantastic form, and Lee Fowler is going to make a change to try and do something about it. Tom Marshall's coming off. He's been replaced by Rico Fife. Not too sure if that's a sign of Lee blaming Tom Marshall for a few things that have gone wrong there. I think he'll just want a bit of extra pace down that right hand side. White's gone to right back. Fife will go just ahead of him. Oh, it's all a bit deflated here. Walsall Wood, they're not deflated at all. They're showing some fantastic pressing here. Not giving Ilkeston a second on the ball. This is Billy Bennett on the left hand side. Fakes across. It's going to go back to Fife instead. Oh, he's lost the ball there. There's 2 yellow shirts around him, and he's lucky to win a free kick, which he plays short to Bennett, straight out of touch, and Walsall would escape with a throw-in. Poor play that from Ilkeston.
3 vehicles we need to send you back to, which is blocking an entrance outside. So if you own one of these cars, please don't move it. We have a BMW registration number NA63 DPE. That's BMW NA63 a Skoda registration YG11.
Walsall would have deserved their lead so far. Here's Roberts wanting a bit more, but Chris Shaw comes out of it well this time.
Registration YR57
You can probably right in saying he's the smallest player on the pitch, Roberts. He's wearing his shorts, his socks very low. Thankfully his shorts are where you'd want them to be. Been impressed with him early on as the ball's played into him here, but it's headed behind by Baker, and Walsall Wood have another corner. Well, the next goal feels absolutely crucial here. If Ilkeston go 3 goals behind, I'm not sure they'll have the quality to overturn it. Not with how both teams have started. They need the next goal. Corner's taken in towards Rowley, I think it was, but it's been cleared. And it's gone out for a throw-in just underneath us, which has gone to the visitors. Kai Rowley's going to take it. And he's decided to leave it for Sullivan, I think it is. Walsall Wood in all yellow today. Yellow shirts, yellow shorts, yellow socks. Ilkeston, of course, all in red. They've taken it quickly, Walsall Wood. This is Atherton into the area. Goes one way, goes the other. Oh, it's a chance for the finish for Roberts. And he does finish it. It looked to me that Liam Mitchell should have done better, really, from the initial shot. It was played in by Atherton. It looked simple enough to me, and I'm not a goalkeeper, but Liam Mitchell looked like he should have got both hands on that. He didn't. He flicked his left wrist at it, and the ball landed right in front of Roberts with an open goal. He couldn't believe his luck. And Walsall Wood are 3-0 up here in Ilkeston. We've only played 28 minutes. Another goal, and they're top of the league. Goodness me. Well, I'm not sure anyone saw that coming. I'm not sure the most confident of Walsall Wood fans would have predicted this. They've been absolutely clinical so far, Walsall Wood. You have to say, last 20 minutes, they've lost play as well. Blimey. Lots of deflated faces around the new Manor ground, as you can imagine. Walsall Wood are coming away with the ball again. One more goal and I think there'll be a riot. Took the wrong option there. I think it was Sullivan who went for the shot about 30 yards out. Didn't get hold of it, and Mitchell does gather this one. It's good work by Atherton in the build-up to that goal. Took on a number of players. Still managed to get his shot in. Someone should have blocked it. Looked to me like Mitchell maybe should have done a bit better. I think he'd perhaps be disappointed in it. Doesn't help that there's a big dry patch of mud just inside a 6-yard area which held the ball up. This is Fife looking to respond for Ilkeston. Oh, it's a good shot, but it's saved. It was right at the keeper, down his throat. The keeper had his whole body behind it. And it's going out for a Robbins corner. They need a goal before the break. They need to inspire a bit of hope here. And it's Smith that's got the job of taking the corner. Everyone's in there other than White and Bennett. They swept towards the back, towards Shaw. Headed away. Fife being held up by yellow shirt. Plays it back to White. Oh, Fife tried to turn on the ball, but he's just fallen over himself. And Walsall Wood looking to come away here with great speed by Roberts, taking on Billy Bennett. And he's almost in the area. He's waiting for a bit of support. And he's almost found his support, but it's cleared by Smith. He puts it over the stand, and it's out for a Walsall Wood corner. So straight from an Ilkeston corner, Walsall Wood break have their own corner. This one's taken right below us. Really John Atherton, he set up the last goal, whips it in, right-footed in towards the centre of the area. It's going to drop and no one's there in a red shirt, so Atherton wanders in, picks it up, takes on Walker, goes down, no foul there. Walker hoofs it away, looks to set Elliot Reeves off, but there's too much on that, and it's going to be collected comfortably enough by Ransom in the Walsall Wood goal. 32 minutes gone in the new Manor ground. Ilkeston 3-0 down. First time they've conceded this many at home since Coventry Finks were here. Back in December that was. Blimey. Nothing can quite surprise you like football, can it? Could get even more surprising here because Walsall would have a free kick in a dangerous position. It's going to be crossed in right-footed. It should be Mitchell's ball, and it is. Rowley was coming in. He's got his head to a lot today, but he couldn't out-jump Mitchell's outstretched arms there. Mitchell goes long, looking for Fife. It's going to be collected by Walsall Wood, who get the ball back straight away and will look to mount another attack. Held up well by Roberts. And that might be the difference so far. As soon as Ilkeston get the ball, they're going long and losing it straight away. Walsall would have another free kick now, just inside the Ilkeston half. It's for a push. What's the referee's given that? They go early, looking to catch Ilkeston sleeping, but Chris Shaw's alert to it. Knocked back into the area. Well, the number 8 went down there. Joey Butlin, a lot of shouts for a penalty, but Big Shaw was going for the ball. Nothing in that. Referee says play on anyway. This is Hollis. Strong challenge in the middle there. Fife wanted the free kick, but referees let it go. There's Mitch Tolley, the big man with the tackle. Not seen too much of him so far. The Walsall Wood skipper. He scored 3 in his last 4. Scored 2 against Dunkirk. And a couple of Ilkeston fans might just be thinking about Dunkirk now. That's the Robins' next game on Monday. This is Elliot Reeves, not giving up on this one yet. Could have gone down, stays on his feet. Oh, I think if he had gone down, he would have got a penalty. As it is, he's lost the ball and it's gone out for a throw-in. Just to the right of the Ron Brooks stand. White's going to take it. It's brought down by Fife. He's got 2 yellow shirts around him. And Barnes gets it away. Very little creative threat here from Ilkeston. Walsall Wood winning absolutely everything. There's always 2 men around a red shirt. They seem to be first to every ball. Pressing Ilkeston high. They've done their homework and it's paying off so far. Deacon and Fowler are screaming at a couple of players there. Bennett, Hollis, Shaw, all looking over at Deacon. He's not happy, and rightly so. There's a Wood free kick, which they've misplaced slightly, but the second ball bounces to them nicely. Butlin tries to beat Baker in the air, but he can't. Smith. So many hit and hope balls from Ilkeston. A lot of long balls towards no one in particular, and once again Walsall will have the ball back. Oh, beautiful football on the left-hand side here by Walsall Wood. He's still running. He's got like 3 red shirts around him, and he's won the throw-in. Can't quite see who it is. It's Atherton. He started really well. Really strong run. So ran a good 30-40 yards there before Matt Baker came in to smash it out of play. He takes the throw into Butlin. He's backing into White. Back to Atherton. Right-footed into the area towards Roberts. as I say, he's the smallest man on the pitch, but he's come away with the ball just in front of the far corner flag. He's got Billy Bennett nibbling away at him, and he's come out the victor. But Ilkeston eventually get the ball, and they get the ball away. I think Roberts wanted the free kick there. Referee's not giving it. Can the Robins break? No, they can't, because Elliot Reeves is offside. Well, other than that one shot which Ilkeston had, which was right down the throat of the keeper, never looked like beating him. They've not really created anything since Walsall Wood goals. Walsall Wood aren't creating anything there from their free kick. They've lobbed it straight over to Liam Mitchell. 37 minutes gone here. Ilkeston 0, Walsall Wood 3. I think, losing count. This is Smith, plays it over to the right hand side. Again, the long ball's cut out easily enough by Atherton. Good one-touch football this by Walsall Wood, and a strong challenge by Matt Baker, who's having none of it and puts it out for a throw-in. Atherton. Walsall Wood just trying to slow it down a bit now, make Ilkeston do some running in this Derbyshire sunshine. Goes a step over one way, plays it the other, plays it into Sullivan. And Baker's there again to smash it out of play. This Baker's turned up, he's won the last 3 or 4 loose balls. Walsall Wood that have been winning it where it matters today. Ilkeston not really been creating anything, and they're penned in here by their own corner flag. White smashes it away. Alex Marshall can't win the header as Smith kicks it into Fife, and it's back with White. Good pressure this by Sullivan. He's appealing for the corner, but he's not going to get it. It's definitely a goal kick, and the ref's giving Liam Mitchell the ball. About 6 minutes to go before half time. Robins could really do with a goal, something to give the fans to cheer, a bit of hope. It's going to be a big ask in this second half to turn this one around. So we'll definitely look the better team all half so far. Coming into this, they've only lost 2 of their last 16 games, and you can see why. Really nullifying Ilkeston here, they just can't get out of their own half. White's got a throw in just by his own corner flag. Everything's been slowed down a bit the last few minutes. Also Wood managing it well. Butland plays it back to Atherton. Fife comes in with a tackle. Whenever Ilkeston win the ball, it seems to go out for a throw-in. Can't string any passes together. Bennett finally got the ball on the ground, launches it long out towards the turnstiles, and it's a Walsall Wood throw-in. Don't know if the heat's getting to a few of these Ilkeston players. Definitely getting to me. I'm drenched in sweat. So whenever anyone walks past, I'm trying to avoid eye contact as best I can. This is Chris Shaw, puts it out to the left-hand side with Walker. We've not seen enough of him this first half. He's one-on-one with the right back, gets his cross in. There's no one there, right down the throat of the keeper. He gathers it very comfortably. Also Wood bench, just telling the keeper to slow it down, take your time. Conditions will definitely play a part in the second half. It's a really hot day here. Tough to play football in, as Ilkeston are showing. Would have a throw in just on the halfway line here. So the table as it stands, by the way, would be Ilkeston on 73 points and a goal difference of 30. Walsall Wood on 73 points and a goal difference of 30 as well. With 2 games to go, that's how tight it is. As Billy Bennett wins a free kick just in front of the far corner flag, which Liam Mitchell will take. Ilkeston to win the next 2 games. They've got Dunkirk away, who are already relegated, and they end up at Loughborough Uni. They've been pretty poor on the road. Last away victory. It's the first time they've won back-to-back away games since December, so you can't bank on anything. Walsall Wood won't have it easy either. They got Wolves Sporting, who are bottom, already relegated. They've also got Calcer on Monday, 2 games after this one. Won't be easy. It's going to go down to the wire. There's Roberts who brings it down in the area, so away by Baker. He seems to be the only Ilkeston player that I ever mentioned as the ball. It's really penned in here. It's a Walsall Wood corner. 2 minutes before the end of play here in the first half at the new Manor Ground. Take it, whips it in towards the back post. Bit of a push there by Rowley. Referee spotted it this time and he's given Ilkeston a goal kick, free kick, sorry, just inside the 6-yard box.
It's registration number YG11 LDZ. YG11 LDZ. If you're the owner of that scope, please go and move it, please. Thank you very much.
On the attack again here. Roberts trying to get the better of Baker, but Baker smashes that one back out for a throw-in. Just trying to work out who scored the goals here for Walsall Wood. Barnes got one, didn't he? This is why I need some sort of assistant. Rowley got the first one, didn't he? Good stuff. It's all very professional. Probably sounds like you listen to Talk Sport, but you're not. So we've had the 45 minutes here, going to injury time at the end of the first half. There's a few excited people going to the toilet. White tries to lob it forward towards Elliot Reeve, who hasn't had a sniff this first half. Hollis and Smith head the ball to each other. Smith comes away with it. Can Ilkeston end with something here? This is Bennett. It's all very slow. Again, it's a hit and hope up towards Hollis, and easily gathered by Rowley for Walsall Wood. They've misplaced that one though. This is Elliot Reeves. What can he create here? Oh, he's just missed the ball there, and Walsall Wood hoof it away. And the chase is on. White should win it. So much pressing speed on the counter, Walsall Wood. I think one of the key reasons that White's come on for Tom Marshall for the rest of the first half and the second half. And the half-time whistle goes as we're just about to start the second half, which Carl Dixon's going to take. And away we go. Ilkeston now shooting towards the railway end where all the fans are gathered. Also would attack the car park, and straight away Roberts puts Mitchell under pressure, and we've started where we left off. Big cheer from the Walsall Wood dugout there when Roberts forced Mitchell to put that one into touch. Been pressing all game, and they've been pressing really well. They've got a throw in here. Their line-up is Ransom in goal, Rowley, Meek and Richards, Tully and Barnes in defence, Mitchell, Butler, Montero, Atherton in midfield, Roberts and Sullivan up top. Although it's not really a 4-4-2, it's more of a 3-5-3. There's only so much editing on my notes I can do. I'm very poor at multitasking, if you haven't noticed yet. But we're back in the clock tower stand for the second half. We played a minute of it. The Wasp is back right in front of me. It's kept itself to itself though, so that's something, I suppose. This is Carl Dixon getting his first touch. Surprised he didn't start actually. Thought he looked really good when he came on, or when he started the last game. He's played a free ball in towards Walker. Better from Ilkeston. Nothing Walker could do to get there before the keeper though. Keeper's wearing number 23, which is quite unusual. Number 1 on the team sheet. Walsall Wood trying to come forward from this goal kick. This is Butland. And Ilkeston come away with it now with Fife in the middle of the field. He's being dragged back, but he's still going. Hasn't got too much support. He's got Walker there if he wants him. Chooses Dixon instead. Dixon's brought down in a good area here. Ilkeston have a free kick. And Perry's desperate to get the ball. He wants to go quickly. I think he might have been bluffing a bit there. And they're going to take their time over this one. Walker stands over it. Dixon's there as well. And Billy Bennett's joining the party. So it looks like it's either going to be Dixon or Walker. It's going to be Walker. There's a 4-man yellow wall of Walsall Wood players. It's about 20 yards out, probably a little bit more. It's going to be the left foot of Walker. Goes for the cross in towards Perry. Oh, this is Walker. I guess it wasn't Walker. And he's gone for a corner to the Robins. They want more. About 4 of them there appealing for a handball. Can't say myself, to be honest. My view was obscured on that one. Dixon's still having a go at the referee about it. Corner comes in, keeper should gather it, and he does, and he falls to the floor, and I think that's a sign of what's to come from Walsall Wood this half. They're just going to play down the clock. I'm sure they'll be aware that a single goal would take them top if they were to win this 4-0. But if Walsall Would win, regardless of the scoreline really, going to just come down to who gets the better results in the next 2 games. And on paper, and it is only on paper, but you have to fancy the Robins. Fantastic end to the season. From a neutral point of view, I mean, from an entertainment point of view, from a Ilkeston fan's point of view, it's a nightmare end to the season. It's going right down to the wire. A lot of anxious faces in the crowd today. Not heard the full attendance yet. I would bet my bottom dollar though that it's at least 1,000 people, at the very least. This is Carl Dixon, picks it up on the halfway line. He's shown a real drive since he's come on. Carl Dixon, he'd certainly be my player of the first half of the season, Dixon. I thought he ran the show in his opening few appearances. He's got a fantastic engine on him. Falling out of favour a little bit under Fowler. But the gaffer's turned to him now, and he needs him the most. And 1 goal would change everything here. Bennett with the throw-in towards the big frame of Perry. The ball's bounced. Walker's at the back post. It comes to him, but he's turned away from goal. Turns his man, tries to get the cross in, but it's blocked, and it'll be an Ilkeston corner. So the cheer from behind the goal. The 2 form teams in the league, the 2 best teams in the league, battling it out here. Ilkeston's corner's headed away. This is Chris Shaw on the left-hand side. fakes a shot, takes a touch, puts it in. Baker's there, but it's punched away. And Walsall will get the ball clear, but only as far as Fife. Elliot Reeve is still forward, hugging the left-hand touchline. He's got the number 7 shadowing him though. And Mitchell pushes him into Montero, and Walsall will come away with the ball, and there's a bit of afters there. Elliot Reeves is definitely trying to get Tolley sent off. Elliot went down like he'd been shot. I think Tolley came in with the challenge. There was a clash of boots, I think, as Tolley tried to get up. Elliot's boot was caught on his leg. Tolley tried to shake him clear. I don't really think there was much contact. Elliot had a bit of a delayed reaction there before deciding he'd been stamped on. And there's not really any red shirts looking for anything more than a free kick. I think it's actually gone the other way. It's going to be Walsall Wood free kick. Not been his day so far, Elliot Reeves. No real chances. It's been a day where the ball's been up in the air for the most part, and that's not really his game. It looks to be Carl Perry's game, but that's why he's come on. The big lad. Huge frame. This is his third appearance for Ilkeston. Signed from Colville Town in Step 3. I know his debut at Colville was almost delayed because they didn't have a shirt big enough for him. A fan had to donate one. And interestingly, he's wearing the number 19 today. A number I wasn't sure Ilkeston had. I've certainly not seen it before. So I don't know if they had to specially make a larger shirt for his huge frame or not. But the ball's played up to him here. He holds it up and nods it down to Dixon. Tries to play it back to him, but they were on the wrong wavelength there, and Walsall would have it back with Mitchell. More intent from Ilkeston at the start of this half, but not quite the quality. Still 3-0 to the visitors, who had 52 minutes gone. And as I said, if the result stays like this, they would be dead level at the top of the table. Ilkeston would be ahead on goals scored. Long way to go yet though. They've not given up on this one. They have made all their changes, Ilkeston. The manager's had his half-time word. They know what they've got to do. And this is White trying to do it on the far side, taking on his man, but the left back did well. It was Atherton, the left winger. Really impressed in the first half. Setting up a tap-in for Javier Roberts in the 28th minute to get the third goal. He's won his team a free kick here. Just in their own half in front of the hatch, which they're going to take their time in taking. The first goal was a header from Carl Rowley. The second was only 12 minutes later by the other fullback, Jack Barnes it was, yeah. I think that was a header as well before Javier Roberts got his tap in. Just 4 minutes after that. There was a shot by Atherton after some good footwork, and Mitchell could only knock it into the path of the forward. It was only about 2 yards out, was never going to miss. Really, Walsall Wood's chances in the first half, I don't think they created much else. They were very clinical. They would have definitely been told to slow things down by their manager here in the second half, which you can't blame them for, especially in heat like this. They're taking a throw-in just under the clock tower stand. This is Butlin. Plays it out to the left-hand side of Atherton. He's got Carl Walker trying to stop him from getting to the Ilkeston half, but Atherton runs away from him. He's got White in front of him now. Runs away from him, but he can't run past Matt Baker. This is back with Walker. Looks forward towards Perry, flicked on towards Reeve, but slashed away by Carl Rowley. It's gone out for an Ilkeston throw-in just in front of the hatch. Dixon picks it up, about 25 yards out from goal, switches that over to Billy Bennett on the near side touchline, back to Fife. The ball's forward and Perry eventually wins it but couldn't quite hold it up. All a bit more scrappy though from Walsall Wood. They can't quite get their foot on the ball anymore. This is Billy Bennett. Better pressure this for the Robins. And it's gone out for a throw in. It's gone the way of Walsall Wood. Quick word on the crowd here. I'll tell you the attendance when I know it, but it's jam-packed. Only 11 sides in the country below Step 2 have a higher average attendance than the Robins this season. Their average before today was 611. That's higher than the likes of Alfreton Town, Eastbourne Borough, Tamworth, Gainsborough Trinity, Rushden and Diamonds, Pelzo in Town. Some really big names. All in leagues above them. One thing you can't knock Ilkeston for is their fantastic following. And the following want goals. And here's Elliot Reeve, who usually delivers, gets his cross in, but it's cut out comfortably enough by Richards. Cleared by Rowley up to the halfway line, and Sullivan backed into Baker there, who took a big tumble. White's taken on his man, though Ilkeston have played on, and he'll have a throw in. Well, it's slightly better this from the Robins. They need to create some chances though. They've struggled to get past the back line. Walker takes a bit of a hit and hope. It's blocked. Back to Walker on the edge of the area. A bit more space this time, but it's falling to his right foot, and it's cleared by Tolley. He was probably the biggest man on the field before Carl Perry came in. Right, running close. Fife. Better sustained pressure this from Ilkeston. The game's all in the Walsall Wood half now. It's still going. Fife on the edge of the area. Shoots in towards Perry. It's a good challenge by Rowley, and it's cleared by Walsall Wood. Walsall Wood living a bit dangerously now though. Ilkeston starting to create a bit of space. Walsall Wood get a soft free kick there. And they're just going to try and take the sting out of it and take their time about this one. They come into this in really good form, Walsall Wood. Beaten in 9, they narrowly won their last 2 though. They beat Romulus 2 weeks ago with a late goal from Atherton. Before that they needed an injury time winner against Loughborough Uni. But they've really shown up here in Ilkeston today. They've risen to the occasion. And the side that haven't beaten Ilkeston in either of their last 3 attempts are doing the business so far. Lengthy stoppage here, just waiting for the left back to receive a bit of treatment for Walsall Wood. People using it as a toilet break. Back away, Richards takes a free kick and he pumps it long. Headed away by Bennett, drops to Reeves, who's inside the Ilkeston half. Looking to get forward now, Perry's pointing, give it to Dixon. Dixon gives it to Perry. Tries to get it back to Dixon, but his touch was too heavy. And it's out of play for a throw-in. Quite been able to thread it together today, Ilkeston. It's noticeable that Elliot seems to be more on the left-hand side now than he usually is, which I think's never really getting the best out of him. He's scored 35 goals this season, as the Wasp. Live, dear. Well, we knew the Wasp were coming to play at some point today. It's massive as well. That's it. Go back to the window. That's better. So you have to hear me try and fight for a Wasp on the microphone. What are you going to do? Right, back under play here. Carl Dixon tries to win the ball in the middle. It's fallen to Walker. He's got Dixon to the left of him. He's been crowded out in the middle. Perry will pick it up, but the referee will stop it for a free kick. Perry looks to go quickly towards Elliot Reeves. I think the ref might have pulled it back. No, he has done. Probably to Ilkeston's benefit, to be honest with you. Not much out there for Reeves. So Billy Bennett stands over this. He's about 35, nearly 40 yards out. Not going to shoot, but he's got... Well, there's a very deep line here from Walsall Wood, and the keeper can't gather it cleanly. Dixon's going to pick it up in the edge of the area on the right-hand side. He's taken down there, and that should be a free kick, but the referee's giving it the other way. And I don't know how. Well, Elliot Reeve remonstrates with the linesman. He says, of course we got the last touch. Look where the ball went. But the officials decided it's a Walsall Wood free kick, and they get out of jail there again. Walsall Wood are actually named Club of the Month in the Midlands Football League. They won 4 out of 4 in March. They've never been a Step 4 club. They've never been closer. Well, really innocuous challenge off the ball there. Just a bouncing ball between, I think, Sullivan and Baker. And there's a bit of a clash of heads by the looks of it. They both stayed down. Both the physios are on. And all the players now come over to take some fluids on board. All the Walsall Wood players anyway. It's a bit of an impromptu team talk going on in the Walsall Wood dugout. A few of them sat on the floor doing up their laces. Clearly happy with the 3 goals. They want to keep it at that. It's all about a clean sheet for them now. They've only had 5 in their last 16. Much better than the Robins, who have really struggled on that front all season. They've only had 2 in 16. Well, it's not an important part of the match, but there's something to be said for all the Walsall Wood players in the huddle now, getting some fluid on board, speaking to the manager as a unit. Ilkeston players are all stood looking a bit dejected in drips and drabs, saying the odd word to each other. As they all slowly go back to take their positions now, both the injured players are up. It looks like the Ilkeston man on the far side has come out of it the worst, but it looks to be okay. Looks like Billy Bennett to me, but he's quite a while away. I'll double check that one for you. Yeah, I think it was Billy Bennett who was knocked down there. He's just walking towards the sideline. Walsall Wood man looks ready to go, and the ref's gonna drop the ball for us. As Tolly knocks it back to Mitchell. So we had 64 minutes gone in this one. Time's running out. It's been a very low-key second half. Still Ilkeston 0, Walsall Wood 3. And the chances of a famous comeback are looking few and far between. Robins have definitely had the upper hand in this fixture. Last season they won 3-2 here. They won the return fixture 4-1, although I think Walsall Wood were already champions by then. If it wasn't for Pina's voluntary relegation, this wouldn't have been a fixture this season, but it is. And Ilkeston looking to get back into it with Reeves, who's brought down in the area, and the referee's given a penalty. Well, Carl Perry's come over to say he was last man, and the referee agrees it wasn't an attempt to play the ball. And Carl Rowley, the first goal scorer, has been sent off. Well. Is that the spark that this game needed? That's Mitch Tolley there, the skipper's booked for just kicking up the penalty spot right in front of the referee. I'm glad the referee saw it. You can be sure Chris Shaw saw it. He's having a word as well. Embarrassing stuff that from the Walsall Wood captain. No need for that. It was definitely a penalty. Ilkeston broke. I mean, the ref could have given it twice actually. Cole Perry was dragged down off the ball. Reeves kept going into the area. Never really looked like he had the ball where he would have wanted it. I'm not sure a goal was coming. But Rowley took no chances, dragged him down, made no attempt to win the ball. And now Jamie Walker has the chance to get Ilkeston back into this game and back into the promotion race. Walker stands over it. It's Walker against Ransom. This could be a huge moment to decide the outcome of the title. Walker scored 5 and 5. Can he make it 6 and 6? No, he can't. It's saved. And his rebound saved as well. What a chance for Ilkeston to get back into the game, and they've blown it. Lloyd Ransom, the hero, and he keeps the 10 men of Walsall Wood 3 goals up. Well, it didn't look to be the best penalty. The former Henford Town keeper didn't have to move too much. And Ilkeston, they do have a man advantage now. But they've missed such a big opportunity there from the penalty spot. Walker's so reliable. I don't remember him missing another one this season off the top of my head. And Walsall Wood are going to make a change. Let's wait for an Ilkeston free kick to be taken on the halfway line. They're taking off Paul Sullivan. It looks like he's limping a little bit, the front man. Former Chase Town man comes off, and another player's on, and I didn't see what number it was, so I'll double check that for you. Looks like Mitchell. Well, Mitchell's on the halfway line, but it's Walker that takes the kick. It's Bennett actually, and it's straight into the gloves of the keeper. I think comes a bit. Lee Butler is at his own now to make his 11th Walsall Wood appearance. Oh, it's a good take by Roberts. Just inside the Ilkeston area, the ball's not clear, but now it is eventually by Liam Mitchell out for a throw-in. He's shown real work rate today, the little number 10. Really been impressed by him. Not had too much to do this second half. The ball's almost entirely been in the Walsall Wood half, but he's shown that he's alive there. Walsall Wood have the ball in the corner, left hand side, whipped in towards the edge of the area. This is the number 7 getting his shot away. It's 4-0. It's Caelan Mitchell, and one Mitchell beats the other. There's nothing Liam could have done about that one, but there was a lot the defence could have done about it. He was in oceans of space, and the 10 men of Walsall Wood are now 4 goals to the good. They are now top of the league. Unbelievable. Well, I said they were clinical in the first half. The first noteworthy chance they've had in the second. It was from a fair enough distance outside the box. Very central, but he put it to the left of Liam Mitchell, and the power put it right past the big Ilkeston man. And Walsall Wood are now top of the league on goal difference. Ilkeston Ilkeston have conceded 4 again. They conceded 4 to Coventry Sphinx a few months back. But their form recently have been so good, I don't think anyone saw this coming. Certainly not in a home match. They've won 9 of their last 13 games. They've won 3 in a row for the first time since November. And Ilkeston, who have been top of the league since October, as it stands, will be ending today second with just a week of the season to go. Well, let's breathe new life into Walsall Wood here. They're coming forward again with Montero on the left-hand side. Walker tries to put a challenge in, but Montero comes away with it. Over to Atherton, into the penalty area, gets his cross across goal. It's Mitchell at the back post, tries to put it in again, but he's going to win a corner instead. And a lot of people are starting to leave the new man at the ground now. And we've still got 20 minutes to go. This wasn't in the script. Also a corner then, on the far side in front of the car park. They've gone short. This is Butlin. It's got Mitchell behind him, the goal scorer. It's a good goal too. Tries to play it in, but Cole Perry gets it away. This is Dixon, back to Perry. Plays it over to Reeves, but the ball's a bit slow to get there. Gives chance for the defenders to get back. Reeves can't quite get it out of his feet, but he's kept hold of it. They need a big moment from Elliot Reeves. This is Carl Dixon inside the area, hold off his man. It might fall to Dixon, but it won't. And Ransom gathers it and falls onto the ball to waste a bit more time. Walsall Wood are still coming forward here. Good work by Montero there in the middle. But Hollis eventually gets it back. This is Fife. Ilkeston constantly under pressure whenever they get the ball. Would have won it back. And Mitchell on the right hand side, just on the halfway line. And leaves it up to no one in particular. Are there any hopeful stats I've got here? Well, in the 6 games that Walsall Wood have played against the 2 teams they've got left, Wolves Sporting and Calcer, they've lost all but one of them. I'd expect them to beat bottom of the table Wolves Sporting at home on the final day of the season next Saturday. But Calcer will be a tricky one. You'd fancy Ilkeston to score more against Dunkirk than you would Walsall Wood to score against Calcer. This is Elliot Reeves, who fancies scoring himself, but he's almost hit the window here in the clock tower with that shot. As the physio comes on for another Walsall Wood player down. Also, we're just making a few changes here. Roberts goes off. He got his goal, and he played very well. Looks like the number 12, Peter Till, is coming up. droves of fans leaving now. A lot of people, I think, have given up on this one. 4-0 the score to Walsall Wood if you're just joining us, as Richard smashes that one out of play for an Ilkeston throw-in, and the ref's given a free kick. So Ilkeston don't even get that. But it's still very doable for the Robins, even if Walsall Wood do beat Calcer and Wolves Sporting. The Robins just need to better their results and they will still go up. They do go to Dunkirk in a local derby on Monday. They're already relegated, Dunkirk. And it's Loughborough Uni away, who haven't been the most formidable team in the league by any stretch. So it's certainly not over. They have to say, Walsall Wood have looked the better team today. Obviously the better team last season, both in the same division. They finished about 15 points ahead of Ilkeston, I think it was, last year. Winning 36 of their 42 games. Ilkeston playing a lot of hopeful balls up high and long here, but Ransom's equal to all of them. Elliot Reeves just chasing a lost cause here on the halfway line. And he wins a throw-in for his troubles. Almost certainly be player of the season. I would have thought Elliot Reeves, 35 goals this season. Balls drops to White here in the area. He just can't quite get it out of his feet and it's blocked. Reeves on the edge of the area. Again, he can't quite hit it cleanly. I think he's gone down holding his legs. Yeah, it looks like someone stood on his toe there. Ilkeston have played on, so he's got to get back up. Whipped in by Fife, in towards Perry. Nodded down towards Hollis, but it's going to be cleared by Richards. And it's back to Bacon now on the halfway line. Ilkeston are still going. They're 4-0 down. Walsall Wood have 10 men. Ilkeston have missed a penalty. If you're just joining us, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. This is Walker, just on the edge of the area. Clips it in towards Dixon. And he's put it wide. He was offside anyway. Better that though from the Robins. But too little, too late. Well, they won't want to give up, especially as it looks like this league might come down to goal difference. In fact, it feels like it almost certainly will come down to goal difference. Kyle Perry, the big man up top, will want to show what he can do, try and keep Alex Marshall out of the team. He's had 40 appearances for Mansfield himself. Walsall Wood are still coming forward, looking to boost their goal difference, despite the 10 men. Just holding it up on the far side. They're just trying to keep the ball a bit now. I haven't seen too much of the ball the second half, but Ilkeston haven't really carved them open, and they've done well to win a free kick here, about 35 yards out. Walsall Wood, just on the left of the centre. As we go into the 80th minute of this one. The Robins 4-0 down. Second in the table as it stands. And every goal is going to be very important from here on out. Can't quite see who's taken the Walsall Wood free kick, but I'm pretty certain he's going to have a shot. It's a long way out. It's a bit of a Pogba style run up, puts a bit of power into it, but it's gone harmlessly wide, and it'll be a Mitchell goal kick. Well, it'll be 6 wins on the road this for Walsall Wood. It's been a long time since Ilkeston have had more than 3 wins in a row. Assuming they have, I'm not even sure if they would have actually this season. They could do it at least with a goal, put himself back on top spot. Psychologically, I think that might do a lot. Especially now they've got an extra man. They keep getting snuffed out here by Walsall Wood, who almost come away with the ball themselves. And 5:40 had his shirt pulled there on the halfway line. Ref disagrees, and it's a Walsall Wood throw-in, which I think they'll hold off before they make a substitution. So Joey Butlin comes off, Jordan Smith-White comes on. So they've made all 3 of their changes. Butlin, Sullivan, Roberts have come off. Till, Butler, Smith-White have come on. Ilkeston, of course, made their final 2 at half-time. They haven't looked too much better. As Walsall will get another free kick just outside their own penalty area for a soft handball against Perry. Well, last home game of the season, whatever happens, it has been a brilliant season for the Robins. Huge attendances week after week. Some really good performances for some really good young players. Got to assume Elliot Reeves would get player of the season. He'd certainly be my choice. He's won a lot of games single-handedly for them. I'll probably have Walker second, because you could probably say the same about him over the last few weeks. I'd have a controversial third and have Carl Dixon in there as well, just for how good he was in the opening couple of weeks of the season. You can't knock his work rate. Let me know your 1, 2, 3 in the comments if you want. Not much else going on here. It's all gone a little bit stale since that Walker penalty miss, as Ilkeston are struggling to get out of their half here, even with an extra man. This is Atherton into the area. He's got Hollis all over him. He stayed on his feet well. He's got options to his left, and had he found that pass to his left-hand side, I think we'd be looking at 5-0, but he didn't. Baker comes away with the ball, and it's gone out for a throw-in to Walsall Wood. Well, as you can imagine, it is really quiet here. It's a really strange, sombre atmosphere in the new Manor ground. People have been leaving. There's been a stream of people leaving for about 10-15 minutes now, bit by bit. But if you're listening to this and you're still in the ground, definitely stick around. I think every goal is going to be so crucial now in regards to winning this league. Ilkeston just need one consolation goal to make sure they end today top of the league. On paper, they've got the more favourable fixtures. The downside is they're away, whereas both of Walsall Woods are at home. Can they get a goal here? Perry tries to get it knocked down into the area, but it's cleared away by Smith-Williams, sorry. And it's gone out for a throw-in just in front of the Ron Brook stand. In the 85th minute here, if you're just joining us, you've missed a pretty destructive day here at New Manor ground. The Robins are being absolutely humbled 4-0 by Walsall Wood, who have been very clinical but you can't say they don't deserve this win.
This is 1,587. 1587. Thank you.
1587, I think the attendance is, which is the most of the season. Unfortunately, they've not been rewarded with a performance or a result today. They've just been second best all over the park so far, Ilkeston. They've just never been able to get the ball down and play the football the way they'd like to. And the hard pitch doesn't do you any favours when you're hitting it long. Go along again. This is Carl Dixon. He picks up the second ball. He's got Carl Perry ahead of him. He's got Reeves there as well. It's eventually snuffed out, and Walsall Wood come away with it, as they have done all game. This is Peter Till just in front of the dugouts, and Atherton gets a little nudge there in the back. They'll have the free kick, and they'll only have about 3 minutes to try and hold on to this clean sheet. A clean sheet that will put them top of the league. And in the battle between the two clubs promoted up from Division 1 last season, it looks like Walsall Wood are going to get their first victory against Ilkeston, but what a time to do it as far as they're concerned. Never been a Step 4 club before. They've been around for a long time. 1915 they go back to. 1986 under the name Walsall Wood. And I don't think they'll have many better days than this if it stays like this. And I think it probably will, because we're in the 87th minute. Ilkeston sluggishly coming forward again. This is Fife in the middle, out to Matt Baker. Everyone's inside the Walsall Wood half now. This is White on the far side. Tries to beat his man, but once again Walsall Wood are right up in their faces. It was the number 15, Jordan Smith-White this time. Jordan Smith-Williams. I'll stop calling him that in a minute. It's White's throwing back to Fife. He's got Bennett to the left of him in a bit of space if he wants him. This is Bennett. Just takes his time, puts it out to the far side, and it's cut out by Smith-Williams. He's got a bit of pace to burn in his legs. Fife does well, but Williams gets back at him. Good work by the young man, and he's won his side. A free kick on the halfway line. Well, everyone's really put a shift in today for Walsall Wood. Been particularly impressed by Javier Roberts and John Atherton. Probably give man of the match to Atherton. Not that I have a man of the match award to give to anyone, but been very impressed by the tricky left winger. Set up one of the goals. It's been a really good outball all game for Walsall Wood, something that Ilkeston haven't had. Reeves has looked isolated. The midfielders have barely been able to get their foot on the ball. Walker's not been able to get into the game. Would have managed it very well so far. And we're only a minute away from the 90 minutes being up. Ilkeston haven't really created anything since Walsall went down to 10 men. This is Billy Bennett trying to change it. A late goal would put Ilkeston top, although it wouldn't change the result. And Perry's header is not going to be that goal. He's on the edge of the area, and his header's not going to be the keeper from there. So it is a record attendance for this season for the Robins. It's their second highest ever, 1587. Absolutely fantastic support in non-league terms. Oh, it might get even worse here. There's a bit of ricocheting football back there. Oh, fantastic challenge by Baker. And Mitchell delivered at him. Well, he's delivered at Shaw. Shaw's delivered at Mitchell. Mitchell's pointing at Baker. There was a bouncing ball between Mitchell and Baker, I guess they were just leaving it to each other. The forward was almost in before Baker poked out a foot. Looked like an open goal. And this could have been even more embarrassing for the Robins. As it is, it's still 4-0. We're into the 90th minute. Walsall would have a corner. They might waste a bit of time of a player down injured rather than taking it, which they are going to do. Just a bit of cramp from the forward over there on the far side towards the car park. As a solitary black balloon drifts over the pitch. Seems like an apt enough metaphor. Lloyd Ransom doesn't care, he's celebrating in front of the Ilkeston fans already. Whistle's not gone yet, but he's giving it large in front of the crowd, which I always think is fair enough. They give it to him all game. Celebrating there, drinking from his water bottle. As someone from the Walsall Wood bench shouts over to him, pointing to their head, saying, use your head. As this game's going to play out now with Walsall Wood just keeping it in Ilkeston's final quarter next to the corner flag. Well, every time Ilkeston win the ball, Walsall Wood win it back, and that's been the story of the half, really. The story of the game. As Atherton keeps going, he goes down in the area. Walsall Wood won a penalty. They're appealing for absolutely everything because they know how important the goal difference is going to be, but it's not given this time. This is Elliot Reeves. Not seen anything of him today. You wonder whether someone with his goals record will still be at the new Manor Ground next season, or is this his last appearance? Hopefully not, but he's done quite a bit of training with Notts County under 23 side over the second half of this season. A lot of clubs said to be interested in him. A lot of clubs have sent scouts, big clubs. Montero in the middle, out to Smith-Williams. Montero's been very impressive today. Carl Dixon puts a challenge in. Hard to know who's going to win the Ilkeston Town Man of the Match poll. I guess Matt Baker's been decent, but it's been a day to forget for all 14 players involved. It's important to remember it's not all over yet though. There are still 2 games to go. As odd as it seems, both clubs really have it in their hands. One last throw of the dice here for Ilkeston as the Wasp makes another play to get onto my glasses. This is White, knocks it over to Carl Dixon on the edge of the area. Whipped in towards Perry, he's being dragged back, goes for an overhead kick. It's gone out for a goal kick, and I think that will be the last action in this one. Referee has a final look at his watch. Lee Butler made a bit of a Vinnie Jones gesture there towards Carl Perry, if you know what I mean. Well, we're just waiting for the referee to call this one over, but it's been over for a long time. The whistle does go. Huge cheers from the Walsall Woods fans and dugout and players. They've come to the home of the would-be champions and they've torn us apart. Walsall Wood 4, Ilkeston Town 0. A result that still leaves it in both of their hands. But for today, Walsall Wood have been the better team. They go top of the league. They finally beat Ilkeston. But it's not all over. Last home game for the Robin. It's our last home game, but there are still 2 games to go. 2 big wins. It's all it's going to take for Ilkeston to get up to step 4. It's still in their hand, but Walsall Wood have won the battle here today. But they might not win the war.